Before I get to the dedicated booster, I do want to have a word or two about the toddler booster combination seat, because this is a seat that has a special place in the car seat journey, and it has certain advantages and certain disadvantages that you need to be aware of and things that you need to know before you purchase this seat. This seat is good for children from 9 kilograms until 18 kilograms within the harness, and without the harness as a booster seat from 15 kilos to 36 kilos. Remember, we said that your child needs to be rear facing till 15 months in the infant or toddler seat. Now, that 15-month-old tall skinny kid at 9 kilos can start using this seat. But bear in mind that this seat does not recline. Very important, and that is the main difference between this toddler booster combination and the infant toddler combination, is that recline mechanism. At 15 months, that little back still needs some support, especially for longer journeys. So we advise that you use this seat from 3 years old. At 3 years old, your child is strong enough to sit upright all the time, must still be in a harness until they are 18 kilos or 4 years old. At that stage, you can take the harness out and then you can use it as a booster seat. While you use it as a harnessed seat, make very sure that you follow the instructions on the side here in combination with your manual and with all the markings on the seat that shows you where the seat belt must go. In this case, it will all be red markings because it is all forward facing. The seat becomes a booster seat as well, so that at 18 kilos or 4 years, not before that. 18 kilos, 4 years, absolute must that they stay in the harness till then. They need that protection. Once they reach that age or height limit, you can take the harness out, take the insert out and use it as a dedicated booster seat. Once you're done with the infant and the toddler seat modes, we get to the booster seat mode. And this is the area of least compliance. So I want you to pay very careful attention as to why you must use this car seat still. You see, at 4 years old, your child is strong enough to ride with a seat belt, but they are not tall enough yet. Your vehicle seat and seat belt is designed to accommodate an adult person of 1.5 meters and taller. And until you get to that height, the seat belt doesn't fit. It is like shoes. If your 4-year-old shoe size is very different than that of a 10-year-old, you won't put a 10-year-old shoes onto a 4-year-old, and the same with the seat belt. You can't put an adult seatbelt on a child that is not tall enough in height yet. So, what does this booster seat do? It is designed to do several things. First of all, it raises your child up so they can see out the window. They want to see where you're driving in beautiful countryside as you drive as much as you do. Booster seat allows for that. Also, it gives a comfortable edge for their little knees to bend over. Children will sit at a point on a seat where their knees can comfortably bend over. If they're just on the vehicle seat, they will sit at the edge to the front of the seat and not at the back where the seat belt can accommodate them because their legs can't bend over. It is straight. So booster seat make that very comfortable for them. What it also does is, with this bracket over here, it brings the seat belt down to the shoulder level here. Now, in an adult person, your torso is like a rectangle, and the seat belt divides it into 2 equal triangles. So, you need a lap belt that fits at the top of your legs where the bones are strong and your seat belt can anchor, and here in the middle of the shoulder again where there is strong bones. You don't want the seat belt to anchor across the abdomen where there is vital organs that can get severely damaged during a crash, or high up against the neck where it will irritate. But more importantly, during a crash, this will not support your child in their body like it should. So what the booster seat does, it brings that seatbelt down to the shoulder level, and it positions the lap belt low over the top of the legs here where there are strong bones. Very important as well, the booster seat will grow with your child as they grow. And that keeps the side impact protection around their heads where you want it. Side impact protection is designed to minimize head movement during a crash, especially if the car is spinning or if there's a roll. And that is to protect that neck as best as we can. It also gives a soft landing for the side of the head, because the skull here is not quite as thick as it is on the top. So it's easier to get damage to the skull here. So soft landing, side impact protection for the shoulders, very important still, and a safe space for the upper body to be in. Remember, car seats are designed to bring injury sustained during a crash to a treatable level, and we try and eliminate head, neck and spine injuries, because those injuries could have long-lasting effects on your child's quality of life. A broken foot or an ankle can heal. A broken spine is a different kettle of fish altogether. So we always look at the spine and the neck and the skull of your child to protect that as much as possible. And that is what this booster seat does. Now, a good booster seat will be able to extend all the way up to 36 kilograms. 36 kilograms is there as an upper weight for a child seat, the booster seat to be designed within. But if you have a 10-year-old that weighs 40 kilograms and not yet tall enough for a seatbelt, by all means use the booster seat, because it uses the seatbelt to restrain your child, and that seatbelt is certified to take much higher weights than 36 kilograms. That 36 kilograms is really just there to give an upper weight for booster seat to be designed within. You know, we need limits where we design seats within, but also 36 kilograms is a good entry weight to start using a seatbelt, especially the modern seatbelt that locks during a crash, because that seatbelt needs a certain amount of weight within the seatbelt to lock in a crash. If your child is too light in that seatbelt, the locking mechanism does not kick in, and that seatbelt will not be able to keep them safe. So, booster seats, although not installed in a vehicle like the toddler and the infant seat, you can put the seat in with ISOFIX like this one. The benefits of ISOFIX are the following. So when your child is not in the seat, that seat is still safely installed in the vehicle and does not become a projectile during a crash if your child is not in the seat. The other benefit of ISOFIX is, in the event of a roll, it keeps the seat squarely in position. What is very important in booster seats is that they don't recline as a rule. Some seats, like this one, has minimum recline, and that is what makes this such a lovely booster seat, because even at 4 years old, your child still do get tired and they do get sleepy, and it is a nice feature to be able to put it in recline so that they can sleep in the car. The side impact protection then becomes a handy cushion where they can rest their heads against as they sleep. But if your seat is not designed to do that, please do not recline your booster seat, and here's the reason why. If your child is in a toddler seat, remember there's a buckle with a strap that keeps their lower bodies in position and keeps them from sliding out of the seat. It keeps them in that safe zone. A booster seat does not have that. It only has the lap belt over the lower abdomen and the top of the legs. So if a booster seat is in too much recline and it has not been designed and tested to be used as such, your child can torpedo out of that seat, and that is very dangerous. Then it makes your booster seat pointless. So key takeaway here is, whatever stage seat you use, make sure you follow what it says in the manual Combine that with the stickers on the side of the seat, with the markings on the inside as to where the seat belt goes. Work that together and use it only in the different positions as explained in your car seat manual, because that we know for sure is safe. Any deviation for that, we cannot know for sure that your child will be safe during a crash. Thank you.